Perched majestically on a hill overlooking the town of Estes Park, Colorado, the Stanley Hotel is as famous for its stunning views of the Rocky Mountains as it is for the paranormal legends that have grown up around it. The iconic building, constructed in 1909, has attracted visitors from all over the world, including celebrities, adventurers, and ghost hunters. But it is perhaps best known as the inspiration for Stephen King's The Shining, a novel that redefined horror in both literature and film. In 2021, the hotel once again found itself at the center of paranormal intrigue. Visitors and staff alike began reporting an uptick in eerie occurrences, sightings of ghostly figures, unexplained noises, and strange sensations that left guests wondering if they were alone in their rooms. The hotel's long history of hauntings seemed to intensify, rekindling interest in the ghost stories that have haunted the Stanley for over a century. But what is it about this hotel that makes it such a hotbed for paranormal activity? And what exactly transpired in 2021 that drew so much attention? The history of the Stanley Hotel. The Stanley Hotel was built by Freeland Oscar Stanley, a successful inventor and entrepreneur who co-founded the Stanley Motor Carriage Company, known for producing steam-powered vehicles. Stanley, who had been diagnosed with tuberculosis, moved to Estes Park in the early 1900s in search of fresh air and a healthier environment. After recovering, he fell in love with the area and decided to build a grand hotel that would cater to wealthy tourists and nature lovers alike. The hotel, which opened its doors in 1909, was a marvel of luxury and innovation, boasting electricity, running water, and telephones, uncommon amenities for the time. It quickly became a popular destination for the elite, offering guests a refined escape into the wilderness. Yet despite its glamorous beginnings, the hotel's remote location and towering architecture gave it an eerie, otherworldly feel, setting the stage for the ghostly legends that would follow. The birth of the ghost stories. The hotel's reputation as a haunted location began not long after its opening. Guests and staff reported strange occurrences almost from the start. Footsteps echoing down empty hallways, unexplained shadows, and a feeling of being watched. Over the decades, several spirits allegedly made themselves known, turning the Stanley into a paranormal hotspot. One of the most famous ghostly figures is Elizabeth Wilson, the hotel's head housekeeper in the early 1900s. In 1911, during a storm, a gas leak caused an explosion in room 217, injuring Wilson. She survived, but is said to have left her mark on the hotel. Guests staying in room 217 often report feeling an unseen presence, and some have even claimed that their belongings were mysteriously unpacked or moved. Stephen King famously stayed in this room during a 1974 visit to the Stanley, which inspired him to write The Shining after experiencing unsettling dreams. Another prominent figure in the hotel's ghostly lore is Freeland Stanley himself. Guests have reported seeing his apparition, usually on the grand staircase or in the lobby, as if he is still overseeing the operations of the hotel. His wife, Flora Stanley, is also said to haunt the building, occasionally playing the piano in the music room. But while these classic hauntings have become part of the Stanley's charm, 2021 saw a resurgence in paranormal activity, leading to renewed interest in the hotel's ghostly inhabitants. The 2021 resurgence of paranormal activity. In 2021, as travel restrictions from the COVID-19 pandemic began to lift, tourists once again flocked to the Stanley Hotel. Along with the guests came the ghosts, or at least that's what many visitors reported. Stories of supernatural encounters at the hotel exploded, leading to widespread speculation that the spirits of the Stanley were more active than ever. Visitors and staff reported experiencing a range of phenomena. In room 217, guests described hearing unexplained knocks on their doors in the middle of the night, footsteps pacing outside their rooms, and even disembodied voices whispering in the dark. Several guests claimed to have woken up to see the apparition of a woman at the foot of their bed, believed to be Elizabeth Wilson, still tending to her duties as the hotel's head housekeeper. One particularly unsettling account came from a couple who stayed in the notoriously haunted room 401, one of the most active paranormal hotspots in the hotel. Room 401 is said to be haunted by the spirit of Lord Dunraven, the original owner of the land on which the Stanley Hotel was built. The couple reported hearing heavy footsteps and the sound of furniture moving in the middle of the night, but when they checked the room, nothing had been disturbed. Other guests in room 401 have reported feeling an icy hand touch their shoulder or tug at their clothes while sleeping, only to wake up and find no one there. In the concert hall, another frequent site of paranormal activity, a group of ghost hunters captured what they described as intelligent responses on their equipment. The hall is said to be haunted by the spirit of a worker named Paul, who died while performing maintenance on the building. Visitors have reported hearing his voice telling them to get out late at night, as well as the sound of piano keys being played by invisible hands. One of the most talked about events of 2021 occurred during a tour of the Stanley's basement, which has long been rumored to harbor dark energy. A guest captured a photograph of what appeared to be a shadowy figure standing in the corner of a dimly lit room. The figure, which resembled a man in old-fashioned clothing, was not seen by the tour group at the time but was later discovered when the guest reviewed their photos. Paranormal experts who analyzed the image could not explain the figure, adding to the mystique of the Stanley Hotel. Why the surge in paranormal activity? Theories about why the Stanley Hotel experienced such a surge in paranormal activity in 2021 abound. Some paranormal investigators speculate that the collective anxiety and emotional energy caused by the COVID-19 pandemic may have heightened spiritual activity across the globe, and the Stanley Hotel was no exception. Others believe that the spirits were simply eager to reconnect with the living after a period of relative isolation when fewer guests visited the hotel during the pandemic. Still, others point to the hotel's long history and its deep connection to the paranormal. The Stanley has become a symbol of the thin veil between the living and the dead, a place where the past is never truly gone. For decades, the hotel has been the subject of paranormal investigations, and it's possible that all the attention focused on its ghosts has amplified the activity, creating a kind of feedback loop where the more people believe in the hauntings, the more the spirits make themselves known. The Stanley Hotel today, the paranormal mecca. Today, the Stanley Hotel embraces its reputation as one of the most haunted locations in America. Ghost tours are offered daily, drawing thrill seekers, paranormal enthusiasts. If you enjoy this ghostly tale of the Stanley Hotel and want to hear more chilling stories, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates on paranormal phenomena, haunted locations, and unexplained mysteries. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on a new story. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next haunting adventure.